What's up? What's up? Come on, come on. Invite your friends, invite your followers, invite people you don't really like. It's the McNasty Cast with JimmyNap and Bobby McNasty. You can leave your shoes on, you can take them off. I don't care. Baba Booey to you, sir. Baba Booey. What's going on, Daniel R? How you doing? That's right. I know you guys are watching the Oscars and we're trying to pull you away. Keith is here, though. Remember that Keith is here. That's all you gotta remember, man. Kelly's here. Oh shit, is Bobby McNasty is right, motherfucker. What's going on? This is wanna go live, Jimmy? Fuck it. Yeah, let's go live. We're going live. Fuck it. Here we go. Roll that shit. Panties are off. Good for you, girl. I like a nice classy lady with no panties on. Kiefer, what's going on, my motherfucking man? 40 grand. How you been, man? So if you're just joining us, that's right, motherfucking Bobby McNasty. And this is PJ, Bill, Bobby and Jimmy, PJ. Go fuck yourself, you cunt. Listen, take a few minutes, invite your friends, invite your followers. Lay off of the friggin' the Oscars for a minute. That's what I'm asking. Boxes are off, put them back on, you filthy bastard. It's not that, it's a family show. Oh dear Lord, it's McNasty. That's correct. I'm giving you guys a couple of minutes to invite. Oh,
everybody invite your followers.
Yeah, what's the matter with you? Don't let me come over there after you. All right, hold on a second. I gotta invite people, don't I? Yeah, Jimmy. There we go.
Yeah, invite.
Invite. That's what I'm saying. Let me invite there. There we go. Big nasty boy, you nasty. What's going on? I'm gonna invite people on Facebook too. You know why? I don't give a fuck.
Might as well.
Might as well. Why not? There we go. We're trying something new here tonight. Guess what we're doing? We're gonna try and invite people across the world.
What are you gonna call that?
What do you call that? I don't know. We're gonna call it multi different thingamajigs. Nice is right. What's going on? We're going live. We are live, right?
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna check.
Jimmy's playing with this thing right now. Tonight we have a very special guest calling from across the country to the other side. What do they call that place? L.A. Yes, L.A. La La Land. He's calling. He has a very successful podcast over there. Some great guests. You should check him out. And he's our go-to guy.
You have some volume on one of your.
What's the matter? On my phone?
Yeah.
Hold on, I gotta do some shit here. There we go.
There you go.
Did it. All right, Jimmy, you ready to introduce Mr. Cooper?
Sure, go ahead.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Get some music going.
There you go. Coming to you live. No, it's not Joe Rogan. That's our next guest. On the next week, we're getting Rogan on here. Ladies and gentlemen, coming from beautiful Burbank, California, in the heart of it all, the one, the only, Steve Cooper.
How are we doing, Steve?
What's up?
What's going on, Steve?
What's up, guys?
It's not Bradley Cooper. This is his brother, Steve. That's right. You know Brad Cooper? No, it's not Brad Cooper. This is Steve Cooper. This is the better Cooper, okay? We got the better Cooper on here tonight. What's going on there, Steve?
Yeah, Bradley Cooper. Man, Bradley Cooper, I'm going to tell you something. I tried to tweet him, but he doesn't have a Twitter account. He was trying to call himself Coop. I'm older than Bradley Cooper. I've been being called Coop all my life, and I wanted to say, back the fuck off, because Coop is my name. Just because you're a handsome star doesn't mean you can take my goddamn name.
That's right. You got the scoop on the Coop. Is that what you're saying?
Exactly. I'm older than him. I've been around longer than him.
Right.
I deserve. I've been being called Coop all my life.
So this just in, Bradley Cooper, go fuck yourself. The name is taken. That's right. Tell him. You know,
exactly.
Just because don't let the money and the power bully you. I'm with you, bro. I got your back.
You got to tell it like it is.
He's not on Twitter. He's not on Twitter, so you just can't call his agent and tell him to go fuck himself. He doesn't want to tell it.
Okay, good. Well, that's good to know. So you've been doing this. This is introduce yourself to our audience. We have a whopping. You guys inviting people or what? You cheap pricks. Come on.
They're not inviting people.
They're lazy fucks. These fucks. So introduce yourself, sir.
They're all watching the Oscars.
Yeah, they're watching the Oscars. But, it's been pretty uneventful. I'm Steve Cooper. I'm the host of CooperTalk. You can find it. Go to www.coopertalk.net. I have over 590 episodes. You can follow me on Twitter at CooperTalk. I tweet a lot. And, that's about it. I could say go on Facebook. I have a CooperTalk Facebook page, but I haven't updated it forever because people don't check it out.
Nobody looks at it.
They just follow my regular page.
They don't look at shit. And when they do, it's always bad news. Yeah, I was impressed. I went onto your site and I was checking it out. You have some pretty good guests. You've had a lot of really good guests, actually. Name a few of these, Jimmy, because I'm terrible with names. You know that.
What did I ask you before? When you start off?
I forgot. Yeah,
give me a few minutes because I'm trying.
I'm
trying to do a bunch of stuff.
That's right. Jimmy's doing 20 things anyway. No, so name.
I've had Ed Asner on. I've had Neil Bartolos, Gilby Clark.
Oh, nice.
Phil Rosenthal, who created Everybody Loves Raymond. The guy who created The Shield. The thing that sucks is the other day, I haven't posted it yet. I had Slim Jim Phantom, drummer from the Stray Cats on.
Yeah.
And when I was recording the first 18 minutes of my episode, something happened. Like it skipped. You ever see like when they do a smash cut? It sounds like some millennial thing. Like I cut the questions got cut off a little bit, and so it pissed me off. But then after the first 18 minutes, the last 35 minutes are good. It just pissed me off because that's such a big guest to get. And I got to tell you, the guy's the coolest guy. I tweeted him a few times. And then like 3 days later, I get a message on my phone from Slim Jim Phantom. And, I'm 52, so I remember listening to the Stray Cat album when it came out. And I'm like, holy shit. When I was a little kid, when I was not a little kid, when I was in college, I think it came out my senior year in high school. I never thought, 35 or 34 years later that I'd be getting a message. And he's like the coolest cat. He was just a great guy.
No, that's good. So he was cool. That's cool, man. So you actually got to interview one of your heroes, more or less.
Oh yeah, dude. And I also, when I recorded in the studio, I got to interview Terry Nunn from Berlin, who I loved, and then I got to interview Deborah Foreman, who starred in Valley Girl, and who else? When I was in the studio, I got to interview Damone from Fast Times at Ridgemont High. I actually became friends with him.
Wow.
And Cameron from Ferris Bueller's Day Off. The lead singer from Bow Wow Wow, Annabelle Lynn. Nice. I get some pretty cool guests. I get that demographic my age, man. Like all the character actors and all the people you see on TV. Because what I do is I watch TV, and if someone looks familiar, I IMDb them. I tell my girl and I go, check the name of this episode. I IMDb the guy who it is. Right. And then I sit there on Facebook or Twitter, I hit them up, and believe it or not, I get a pretty good closing rate. A lot of them decide to come on the show.
I love that. That's cool. Jimmy.
That's awesome.
That's got to be our formula. We'll just ask. I guess we just got to ask people. Hey,
yeah,
you want
to? That's what I did. I had some connections. One of my first guests, I met him at a comedy club out here. One of my bigger guests. Well, I had Paul Tompkins. I knew him from Philadelphia, and I had Mark Maron. Like in my first 6 months of doing the show. But I got lucky. I got Cato Kalin. And I actually became friends with Cato.
Before or after the OJ thing?
Yeah, before or after, pre or post?
Oh, no. This is 5 years ago. And he's like the coolest cat, and it's funny. I mean, he'll text me every once in a while.
Nice. That's what I'm saying. The friggin' no, we had a request for a Durky Dirk. We had to give the Durky Dirk. That's one of those things we got to do.
I tell you what, the one guy who
Jimmy loves this guy here.
Mike Starr, man. How did you get Mike Starr?
Oh, okay. Mike Starr. God, 4 years ago, I don't know. I used to date this girl, and the father of her son is Mike Starr's best friend. So I met Mike a few years back, and we were always trying to get on the page because Mike spends his time between here and I think Chicago and New York. His wife is a brain surgeon. So I had known Mike. Yeah, it's crazy. I had known Mike, and we were going back and forth, and he's always working. So finally, I would text him. I go, hey, dude, when can you do it? And he's like, I'm in the middle of New Mexico shooting a film. So basically, it came out to the point where we ended up hooking up. I mean, I've been talking to the guy for a year. I mean, that was a guest like 3 years in the making. Not that he didn't want to do it. It's just that we tried to get on the same page, and then I would get busy booking different guests, and I forget, and I go, oh, crap, I got to get Mike Starr. Because if you don't know his name, right. Everybody knows who
you know who he is, but you don't know his name. He's one of those guys that's been in every movie.
Yeah, his face. Jimmy said his name, and I was like, who the fuck is that? And then I looked him up, and I was like, oh,
he was the bad guy in Dumb and Dumber.
Oh, I love that scene. Yeah,
the one who eats the hot peppers.
Yeah.
and he's
actually.
Go ahead.
He's in an old movie called Funny Farm with Chevy Chase.
With Chevy Chase.
That's great.
He plays the truck driver, the moving guy. He's like in the beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's funny dude, man. And what's this guy's name? Fucking
Kevin Corrigan.
Kevin Corrigan. I love him, man. Did you see the Boogie Down or the Get Down?
The Get Down. No,
his character is brilliant. Oh, it's brilliant. You're gonna love it. He's like a Studio 54 record producer. He's great in it though. He's awesome. He's the best character in the whole show. Huh?
Kevin, what's funny about Kevin was we were going back. I started tweeting him, and then I don't know what happened. It was like we were tweeting, and then I hate this when I tweet someone and I say, hey, be on my show, and they like it. They don't respond. I'm like, don't fucking like my tweet. Say you're going to be on my show.
Yeah, what are you doing?
And so he liked it, and we're going back and forth, and finally I said, let's do it. And I had to interview. He was also in New Mexico shooting a movie. I interviewed him on a Saturday, no, on a Sunday at like 5 o'clock. And he's the funny thing was he's a really nice guy, but he's not used to talking about himself. And so in the beginning, it was a little bit hard in the interview, but then it opened up. And what's funny is, and I didn't record it because our interviews, I do all my interviews in an hour.
Right.
When I turned the recorder off, then we talked for like 20 minutes. And once it was over, he really opened up. He was a really cool cat. And that guy, another guy, you don't know his name, but whatever show he's on,
he's in everything.
He kills it.
He does, definitely does. And I see there's a lot. We're gonna off of this. We're gonna talk to you. We're gonna try and get some pointers and techniques of how to get some of these people on because we're just starting out. I like doing this. I think I have fun doing this. Jimmy likes this. He gets away from his wife for a little while, and we're having a good time over here. But we want to take it to the next level. We appreciate you coming on as a guest. This is awesome because you are doing what we want to do. So we're gonna pick your brains a little bit if you don't mind.
Hey, I don't care, man. That's what I do. I always sit there. I just sit there, with the guests. I've been lucky, and once you get now I'm in with these guests. I mean, I sit there on Facebook. I'm friends. I become friends with a lot of my guests on Facebook. So my birthday, I'm sitting there getting fucking happy birthdays from Gregory Harris and Trapper John.
Nice.
I mean, that guy. I sent him a message on Facebook. He got back to me like 15 minutes, and he came in when I recorded in the studio, and I'm like, holy shit, this dude's like 60, 62, and this good-looking guy. He's like a surfer. I'm like, dude. I'm sitting in my head going, holy shit. I'm sitting across from Trapper John. I mean, I know Gonzo Gates, and then the same as when I had Robbie Benson on. I'm like, holy shit. I remember 101. And now I'm talking to Robbie Benson.
Nice.
But the best was when Ed Asner came in the studio. Ed Asner.
Yeah, I saw that.
He's a legend, but he comes in and he's got his fucking pants piped up, and he's sitting there. And I had Sharon Lawrence on right before. And she's leaving the studio. She had worked with Ed, and Ed comes in. And he's like, hey, was Sharon talking on this microphone? Oh, I love that girl. And he sits there, starts kissing the microphone.
Oh, jeez.
And we took the picture. I was taking pictures with him, and he's like, joking around, look at you snide motherfucker. And I said, just give me a scowl, man. Give me a scowl. So I have a great picture of Ed with those big, bushy eyebrows, just giving a scowl.
Nice.
And he was great. He was telling me a story how he was, he's trying to get down to Cloris Leachman's pants, doing Mary Tyler Moore. So it was these guys. That's what they do. They open up. I don't ask for any dirt.
Right. You don't ask them. You don't ask them who they banged or any of that shit. Right.
No, because I don't give a crap about that. If it comes up, it comes up, and sometimes things come up. But my whole philosophy is the reason I get my guests is because I do my research and I know how to interview. I had Josh Mankiewicz from Dateline tell me, "Dude, you're a great interviewer." To me, that's a compliment because
that's awesome.
People all the time.
Yeah, he's a pro.
You learn, man. You just do it. And I've been lucky. I have so many people I can reach out to and go, hey, one night I'm watching Better Call Saul.
Oh,
great show.
Good show.
And Patrick Fabian, the blonde guy, the one who plays the good-looking thick lawyer.
Right.
Yeah.
I like his work. So I send the guy a message on Facebook that I know has been on my show a few times. I go, hey, do you know Patrick Fabian? 2 minutes later, I get a message back from Spencer, and Spencer sends me a message with Patrick Fabian's phone number. So now I got to call the guy, and I can talk to anyone in the studio. I can talk to anyone when I sit there. Once we set up the date, I usually get it through all, as I said, Twitter or Facebook. Once we set up the date, I can call them on Skype or I can call them on the phone. We do an interview, but I can't call people. Like I sit there going, I can't fucking call Patrick Fabian because I feel like a dick. It's like I called the guy who played Bobby Munson on Sons of Anarchy.
Yeah.
I called him. He's like, I go, yeah, because it was a Facebook, and he gave me his number. And I go, yeah, can I speak to Mark Boone Jr.? Oh, who's this? And I go, it's Steve Cooper. He goes, oh, yeah. People just call me Boone.
Nice.
I hate talking to these guys. I hate talking to these guys on the phone. So I always like to sit there and hope that I can just set it up through Facebook, and then I just call them. I record it all through my computer. You pay $2.99 a month for Skype.
No, it sounds good.
Right.
I listen to your stuff. It sounds very professional.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, no, good shit. Now you used to you're a comedian. But tell these people a little bit about yourself, other than the podcast.
I did comedy from 88 to probably 95, 93. I was on the road. Got out of business, moved west, screwed around for a while, was trying to do some writing gigs, did some freelance stuff. Then I ended up doing restaurant marketing, and I ended up meeting someone who got me into an internet radio station. A guy, because I was really involved in the community, and that's how it started off. And then since then, I've done some. I was trying to work with different people doing some freelance writing. I do some PR work. So hey, people, if you need a good PR person, Cooper at CooperTalk.net. I handle my one client is Rich Redmond, who plays drums for Jason Aldean, who's a very big country star, and Rich also plays for a bunch of people. And so after that, yeah, and I'm moving back east May 1st, and I'll probably start doing comedy again, pull out some of my old contacts.
Where you coming to New York, New Jersey? Where about?
I grew up in Cherry Hill, New Jersey. So
okay.
Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we're sitting there, me and my girlfriend. I've been out here. I've been between San Diego and LA. I've been out here for 20 years. My girlfriend's been out here, who's also from the same area. Been out here for 3 years. And I'm just burnt on LA, man.
I was just going to ask you, how do you like LA for being from the East Coast? It's a hard adjustment, right?
Well, people are people. The thing you get used to is everywhere else in the country, it's a mile a minute when you drive. Think about it. If you say, hey, how far is such and such? 30 minutes. You give it a time.
Right.
30 minutes. It means it's 30 miles, unless, of course, it's rush hour.
Right.
Well, in LA, you're lucky if it's 2.5 minutes per mile. I mean, you look at GPS, you go, holy shit, 6 miles, it take me fucking 25 minutes. I mean, today I had to go to Hollywood because the Oscars part was blocked off. It was like, I'm 7.5 miles from Hollywood, GPS 28 minutes, and you're like, screw this. So that's the traffic stuff. There's going to be a revolution in Hollywood. You heard it here first.
There it is,
the homeless situation. You heard the homeless situation is getting out of control. And
this just in, homeless.
Is it worse than
the homeless
San
will uprise? Somebody wants to know. One of our main followers, Kiefer, who likes you very much. He's giving you a lot of hearts. I don't know if it's a gay thing or not. He wants to know, what do you think, East Coast or West Coast in the gangster rap thing?
In the gangster rap?
Yeah, he wants to know. Are you?
This is what we're dealing with.
Yeah, this is Kiefer. He is the whitest guy, but he swears he's thug. So he wants to know, what do you think in the gangster rap thing?
What? Gangster rap? I'm going to tell you. NWA is pretty badass. I'm just going to tell you that much.
NWA, that's right.
If you're looking at NWA's,
Norwegians with attitudes, yes. That's right.
Yeah, it's like I'm like narcissistic white assholes. That's the band,
right.
NWA, narcissistic white assholes.
That's right, narcissistic.
You get a lot of old school rockers too,
that?
like Tracy Guns.
What's this chick's name? The chicken there.
Oh, that's Liz. What's her name? Liz
I
Gillies.
She's hot. Yeah. Liz, what's her name?
Liz Gillies.
Liz Gillies.
Yeah.
Who's Liz Gillies?
She's from a kid's show,
Okay,
and then
Liz
she was
Gillies.
in Sex, Drugs, and Rock and Roll.
Liz Gillies was in a great show that got canceled on FX with Dennis Leary called Sex, Drugs, and Rock and Roll.
Yeah, that was a great show. It was good.
Yeah,
Kiefer
and
likes
Liz
this
was
guy.
the lead, but the funny thing is, the guy who played the bassist, John Ailes,
Yeah.
he was on my show, and the blonde, Elaine Hendricks, was on my show. And I became friends with John.
Oh, nice.
And John said to me, hey, man, he goes, you should get Liz Gillis on your show. I'm like, dude, she's too young. I don't know how to fucking relate to someone that age. And she was cool as shit. She Skyped me, actually sent me a message on Facebook. I mean, her name's jarbled up on Facebook, whatever. But so she came on, and she was great. And I'll tell you, man, she has such a Twitter following.
Yeah.
When she posted that she was on my show, my Twitter, I had like 3,000 likes.
New followers.
Nice. 3,000. That's it. Yeah. Put a link up to his thing. If you
I
can.
did. It's up there already.
Oh, it's up there. I'm sorry. There it is.
But
.net. Yeah.
But the Rockers, I have who's coming? I got tomorrow. There's an old metal band called TNT.
Oh, I know TNT.
And,
yeah.
Well, the singer Tony Harnett is going to be on tomorrow. I'm interviewing him. And then
that's
a new
awesome.
guitarist for Faster Pussycat is going to be on Wednesday.
Oh, so you get a lot of those guys. That's awesome.
That's cool. Faster Pussycat. That's why
He interviewed Jack Russell from Great White, the lead singer of Great White,
nice.
and Gary Cherone from
Very
Extreme.
cool.
Okay. Can I tell you guys a story about Jack Russell real quick?
Yeah.
Of course.
Jack Russell's cool, very cool guy. But we're talking, and this is how I say, I don't ask him about I'm not going to ask him about the fire, because that's old shit. I don't care. But all of a sudden, I'm talking to Jack Russell, and I go, and people go to the website CooperTalk.net and look up the episode with Jack because it's great. But he starts telling me how when they were opening for Aerosmith, Steven Tyler said, "Yeah, you're Jack Russell. Aren't you the guy that shot the maid?" And I go, what's this? And so he goes into this whole story, and he tells me how he
fucking maid.
used to go to houses when he was like 18 or 19 and hold them up and steal all their blow.
Oh, Jesus.
And one time he was doing angel dust, and he freaked out, and he shot a gun, and it hit the maid, and it was just this weird story. But that's the kind of stories that come up with sometimes. You don't ask, and I'm
all of a sudden.
He was a fucking home invader, is what you're saying. He went
Who knew?
Home invader to rock star. That's right. He was like, you know what, this shit is not paying.
He was going to go to jail, but they put him in rehab. Because he said he should have gotten like 15 years in jail. He got like 12 months in rehab in Northern California. And he was telling all these people he was going to be a rock star, and they're like, "Yeah, dude, come on, you're like, you should be in jail."
He must have some fucking lawyer, right? 15 months to fucking rehab. That's pretty damn awesome, man.
Oh, and the other thing is, he's also one of these guys that, in conversation, he's like, "Yeah, I stopped drinking when I was in the coma." Like shit, you just hear it. Yeah, when I had the colonoscopy bag, and I'm like, "What the fuck?" And he's telling me, but to him, it's like how you would say, "Hey, yeah, me and my friends went to a ball game." He's like, "So yeah, and I fell and I broke my back and I was addicted to drugs and they don't tell you the drugs." And you're like, holy shit. But it's like second nature to some of these guys.
Yeah, they fucking all have these addictions. If you've ever gone to AA or any, it's like a one-upping fucking thing. These people are like, yeah, well, when I was...
Everybody's a story topper.
You tell them a fucking story and then they come up there and it's like...
nightmare?
Yeah, it's like, I had to sell my asshole to a fucking pack of fucking wolves to get fucking blow. And you're like, oh, okay, I can tell
that's
that
nice.
Yeah.
That sounds good.
It's fucking pretty funny. Yeah. Have you ever gone to an AA meeting or an NA meeting, Coop?
No. I'm going to tell you something.
They're fun. They're a lot of fun.
Apparently Bobby does just for fun.
Yes.
No, dude, I'll tell you something, man. I used to drink every night when I did the little bit of the party favor, the nose stuff, and I'd smoke cigarettes. And like 5 years ago, I had to go to the hospital, and I had congestive heart failure.
Well, that's fucking...
I had to change my whole life, and I walked out, man. Never smoked a cigarette again. Never touched the other stuff. Never drank caffeine.
See?
I drink maybe once a week, once every 2 weeks now, because I'm one of these people. When I drink, I don't like to stop. But I have no problem having alcohol in my house. I have no problem drinking. But man, if I go out and I have a beer, I can't just go out for one beer.
No, you got to get fucking crushed.
What's the waste?
Well, let me ask you something.
See,
Jimmy, all it takes is good motivation. He almost dropped dead. Fuck that, drugs and shit. He was just like, nah, there's no more of this. I almost dead. That's time for me to stop. That's right. So if you're just joining us, we're talking to Steve Cooper from CooperTalk.net. He's a what do we call these podcasters? Well, he's a podcaster, but he's much better than us. He's much better than us.
I'm an internet. My show plays on internet radio. That's all. I've been playing all that shit.
He does all this, and he's a comedian. He's coming back. He's going back to the. Are you doing stand up when you come back up this way?
Yeah, I've been talking to people about getting back into it. It was fun. I just don't like the LA scene. Everyone bitches out here. You go to coffee shops, there's a bunch of fucking hipsters in the audience who don't know crap. And, so like back east, it's like you go in. Like when I was bi-coastal for 2 years, a few years back before my girlfriend moved out. And I would book shows at the old comedy clubs I played in. And it was great. You go in, you sit there, you do your 20 or 25-minute set, you get paid for it. There's people in the audience that pay to go. Out here, people go to clubs and it's like you sit at a shitty bar, you just get paid, and it's like, screw that crap, man.
Yeah, no, they were all just sitting there. You're like the background noise, right? It's not like they're going there to see the comedian. They're just sitting there fucking talking amongst themselves and ignoring your shit. Do you write your own set? Like, do you write it up, or do you kind of go up there and freelance and swing it? I only lasted 3 minutes on top. That's true, Kiefer.
I write a lot. I do a lot of storytelling now. I tweet a lot of jokes. Funny thing is, I write a lot of jokes, but I don't use them on stage. It's funny. People, I sit there. Like tonight, I was tweeting during the Oscars. I do that kind of shit. But I go on stage. I'll talk to the crowd. I like dealing with the crowd. I like to do it.
We have a request from Rap Queen, who is a real woman, by the way. There's a lot of catfish on Periscope. She wants you to tell a joke, so they want to hear you tell a joke.
Nah.
Yeah, let him tell a joke. Do you feel like telling a joke? What do you think?
Well, no, I mean, I don't tell like a joke. I mean, here's one of my tweets tonight. I said, and this is old school. I said, you're not watching the Oscars, but I said, Jesus Christ, I said, Sting has more hair now than he did from when he did. Sting has more hair now than from when he was on Outlandos the Amore, which is the Police's first album.
Yes. What the fuck? Was he got Rogaine going on with that? Was it
Dude,
Jokes.
it's like a piece, man. Then I tweeted. I said, when Keith Urban stands next to Nicole Kidney, looks like he should be making Keebler cookies in a hollow tree. Shit like that.
He's like 3 feet tall, right? Yeah, she's fucking gigantic.
So I don't really tell. I mean, I write jokes. I don't tell. I mean, I can't sit there and tell a joke. You know how it is.
It's like,
sorry, Rap Queen. You know,
sorry, Rap Queen.
I try, you know,
he'll tell you a joke at another time.
Go read his Twitter feed.
Go read his Twitter feed. You want to chuckle? That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, at CooperTalk.
At CooperTalk. There you go.
Just so you know,
here's my Twitter.
Steve, we have
here's my Twitter feed.
It is unfair to ask for a joke on the spot. That's true. Asking for a joke.
Steve, your Twitter is on our screen and everything. If somebody's watching live, and actually, if you wanted to go on YouTube, you can see us. You can see. Is that
working now?
Yeah, YouTube's up and
Look
running
at this.
right
Jimmy got it all running. He's got it all running.
Who knew?
Young lady, I'm going to spank you for that. You don't ever ask somebody to tell a joke just like that. Now go to your room and wait for me there.
I got nothing against it. You know, people like to tell jokes. I'm trying to think.
I'm just looking for a reason to spank her, actually. I got to be honest with you. It's just, I can find any reason. She's really hot. But no, asking for a joke on the spot is tough, isn't it? She's laughing now. See, there she goes.
It's just like, here's my Twitter feed is one-liners I do, and then me asking people to be on my show. So you'll see joke. Hey, such and such, you should be on my show. Like, and that's, you know, sometimes I said Twitter, sometimes I get back to you. I get more run on Facebook on getting guests because I can actually send a actual letter to them. But now I'm just working off, you know, references. Like I got Rudy Sarzo, the great bassist to play Ozzy, and
nice.
right.
Very cool.
I got him because
yes, CooperTalk.
Where did I go? Tracy Guns. Tracy Guns was on the show. I said Tracy Guns, and then Bobby Levy. Bobby Levy's an old friend.
Yeah, so you had Bob Levy on there too. That's
Jimmy loved this. He was calling me up and he was telling me, "Hey, you know who he talked to? He talked to give me all these." I don't even know who half these fucking people are.
I love
like, who's that?
School metal, you know.
He's a fucking metalhead from back in the day.
You know anybody from Junkyard?
No. Junkyard.
Who?
Junkyard, exactly.
Who is
Junkyard? I'm not an old school metal guy. I mean, I like the metal. I like the new wave too.
Me too. That's me.
I saw you had what's his name?
Flock of Seagulls.
The Flock of Seagulls. Mike Score. Mike
Score?
Yeah.
I'm with you. I love the new wave stuff. That shit was great. Depeche Mode.
I was one of those. I was one of those people. I love that group. A song by Dramarama. Anything.
Oh my God! Are you a big?
What song is Dramarama?
Are you a big John Easdale fan?
Well, Easdale was on the show. Okay, I saw Easdale at concert. Easdale came in when I had the old thing.
Man.
And this show is old. I'm going to tell you what's cool about this episode is he brings in his guitar. Now, I don't have to bring my guitar. I don't. It's like telling someone to tell a joke on the spot. You don't do it.
Yeah.
But Easdale's sitting there and he's got his axe. I said, fuck it. So halfway through the interview, I go, hey, man, I love anything. He plays me this. It was a dark. It's on the. If you Google CooperTalk,
I'll just go back and look.
20. Yeah, it's old. This one is the old footage. This is like 3 years ago, maybe 3.5. I don't even know. But he actually plays a version which has never been heard anywhere else.
I'm gonna go check that out. I just saw them last year.
Dark.
They want to know if you're down with OPP. That's key for the same guy who asked about.
Hey man, I like Houdini. I like
yes.
CFO.
Abracadabra, cadabra. Yes.
Steve, I saw.
Don't even say abracadabra because when Steve Miller released that song Abracadabra, he became a total pussy.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
That was a big turn in his career. Yes, exactly.
It's like his fucking wife took his balls or something. Abracadabra, I want to reach out and grab you. Get the fuck out of here. What happened to shake? Really love you.
I got to go back and find this John Easdale.
Jimmy's loving this.
Just Google CooperTalk John Easdale or John Easdale CooperTalk.
That's right.
If not, I'll look it up and I'll send. I have your.
Yeah, no, we definitely gotta stay friends because we need to pick your brain. We're gonna need some of your information to help us get some guests on this fucking show and get it rolling because we don't know what the fuck we're doing. Let's be honest about this.
Well, I kind of do.
Well, Jimmy does.
I got the technical side.
Jimmy's over here typing and shit, and he's doing things, but I don't know what he's doing. But yeah,
no. I don't do any technical. I don't do any technical shit. I just put my little recorder up.
That's
push
me.
Record, and I just talk.
You got to see what I got going on here, Steve.
He's got 3 screens. Listen to these sound effects.
4 screens.
Hold on a second. Oh shit! Hold on. Listen to this. We got that. This is our favorite. This is a fan favorite. Where's Dirty Dirk?
It's under D.
Help me out. Hit a dirky dirk. This is one of our favorite ones.
Don't drop that dirk. Hey, don't drop that dirk.
We got to see the dance Bobby does.
We got there's a guy who calls in supposedly, allegedly from Bangladesh.
We lost him. He never called. He hasn't called us in weeks. He doesn't call back
anymore. And that's his theme song. He calls up just to hear that song.
That's his song.
Yes. That's funny.
That's good. Yeah, he's
yeah. I have no sound effects. My opening song, that drum beat, is from when I first started my show. I had to play half indie music because I was on indie100.com. That was I got my start in it, and I had to play that song "Tycho Drums" by Mike Myers,
right?
Whatever. So it's just that boom, that beat drum, and I always think because it's on YouTube where I play it because it's not in the studio. I'm not in the studio anymore, and I'm always thinking this guy's probably all excited because he's getting like 2 or 3 views of his video every week. Like in the last year, he had like 30 views completely before I started playing. Now he's like at 90. He's probably thinking people are like really digging his song when it's just me every week doing it.
You're pumping his sales up. I
got to be honest. I'm very happy I found another John Easdale fan.
Yeah, Jimmy's excited. I don't even know who John Easdale is. I thought he was a race car driver.
Easdale,
yeah.
Easdale's a cool cat. I saw him. He was played outside. There was this big 80s concert down in Anaheim at the Anaheim Pond. And I sat there and I watched it. And I found him on Facebook, and I hit him up, and he's like, yeah. So he came in, and we became friendly. He's one of those guys that if I sent him a message and I said, hey, let's go grab a beer. I don't know if he drinks anymore. I don't know. But he would say, all right, that's one thing. Some of these people, it's like, hey, let's meet up. And so that's like the one person who wanted to, do this interview. Well, the one person I went to after the studio closed, you guys ever hear of a band called Bad Religion?
Of course.
Sure.
Well, Greg Hudson was in Bad Religion before that. He's in the Circle Jerks.
Yes.
I went to Greg's house
because
the studio had closed and we were going to do it. He goes, hey, man, he's got a house, a little back house, or a garage back house. And I got to go to his house, and we recorded the show in his studio, which was cool, because I got to see the Gold Records. Because I met him through Lucky Lehrer, who was a drummer for the Circle Jerks.
Somebody wants to know, Jesus
the
Jones.
drummer for the Circle Jerks?
Look at Jimmy's excited now.
Yeah, I got all.
He's
fucking
bands. Sitting up right now. He's like, Circle Jerks?
Lucky Lehrer is the drummer for the Circle Jerks. I went to his house. He was on my show. He's also a tax accountant. He lives in a $6 million mansion in Hollywood Hills.
Of course he does. He's with the Circle Jerks.
Yeah. A fucking circle jerk that's a fucking... I got to bring my taxes to a circle jerk.
Exactly.
That's right.
But I went to his house, and I guess... my old roommate's a huge punk fan. It was me, my girlfriend, and my old roommate. And then Lucky is jamming with Chuck something from Black Flag. And and some girl. And then it was just us. And then after we had some craft beer, and we ate turkey sausages. That's how laid back Hollywood is.
I gotta go.
But his house,
I gotta go there. I gotta check out Hollywood. I gotta go check it out.
It's all right. It's just. I was at a party. I was so pissed.
You wouldn't like it.
A woman who was on my show a few times named Max Wassett. She was in Playboy. She's done a lot of horror movies. She has these killer parties. She's the one who got me Tracy Guns on my show.
Nice.
But she has a party, and fucking both times we got there early, 4th of July, and then 2 4th of July parties. And I'm bummed because both times after we left, like 45 minutes later, Ron Jeremy showed up.
Ron Jeremy.
There's a catch right there.
I'd like to talk to him. You know who I really want to talk to?
I would love to talk to him.
I was just telling Jimmy, who I really want to interview? He's like, who do you want to interview? I want to interview the dude from the Jerky Boys.
Yeah, that'd be great.
That's my favorite. Because those tapes had me rolling when I was growing up. The Jerky Boys.
Send him a message.
I'm gonna. That you've inspired me. I'm gonna reach out to him. But he does. I looked on him on Twitter. He doesn't have a what do you call it? A DM function.
Yeah, because he has to follow you back.
Well, is that right? He has to follow me back.
Well,
that's
part
of the problem.
Thing. I always say at such and such. Hey, man. I go at whatever. Hey.
Always a problem with you guys.
Such.
That's right. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to try. We're going to talk to you off of this one time. We're going to get some. Could you imagine the stories Ron Jeremy could tell? Oh, yeah.
Oh, I can't imagine with the story he has.
His dick has been in a lot of stuff.
I can't believe his dick hasn't fallen off.
Rap Queen, I wrote you, later on I wrote you a little, I thought of a little limerick for you. I'll sing it to you later. That's right. That's correct. That's one of I'm talking about people. Oh shit! Look who it is. It's Sonic Ninja. One of these guys is at some convention in.
No, he's already back. I think
he's back already. They threw him out.
Steve, do you know we're on Periscope? So there's a bunch of people like commenting.
Yeah,
so sometimes when we stray off, it's because
they're asking questions.
They're asking us questions and stuff. So
yeah.
Oh, that's fine. I'm just here. I'm just listening. I just missed. I started taping the Oscars because they have the. I got to watch the memorial. You know, and I wonder right now. There's probably an editor going crazy because Bill Paxton died.
Yeah, I can't believe that.
So,
what
probably
was
like, holy shit.
What was your favorite Bill Paxton role?
My favorite.
Mine was Chet from Weird Science.
My
fucking
favorite
great.
was the guy
was
in Alien. In Aliens.
Oh, that was good too.
Yeah, when he tells it, why don't we let her in charge with the little girl? That's fucking Bill Paxton.
But Chet, he was such an asshole in that movie.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
Yeah, he was great.
He's been in so many good movies.
Yeah, exactly.
There's an old movie with him from 1991. It's called The Dark Backwards. And he plays Judd Nelson's best friend, and they're garbage men. And it's real, like, futuristic. Like, you live in this town, and there's one scene where he's having an orgy with, like, 3 obesely fat women. And Judd Nelson's character... so Paxton is best friend. He gets him doing stand-up comedy, even though Judd Nelson sucks. Well, all of a sudden, Judd Nelson grows a third arm out of his back.
Right.
So when he tells a joke, he does a slow spin, and people start loving him. So Bill Paxton hooks him up with Wayne Newton, who's a sleazy attorney, a sleazy manager, and it's just this weird-ass story. But Paxton was great in that. A lot of people haven't seen that movie, but it's called The Dark Backwards.
The Dark Backwards.
Adam Rifkin.
I gotta look
good
for that.
Shit, it's just bizarre.
Yeah, that sounds like a good movie.
That sounds like something I definitely got to look for. So you were in the middle of watching the Oscars. Where are they at now? Are they getting close to the end or what?
No, dude. It's like...
It's a 15-hour thing, man.
They're on screenplay. They're on screenplay. They're behind. I mean, this thing... Jimmy Kimmel's actually doing a really good job.
Right.
Kimmel's doing a good job at hosting. And, yeah, I mean, I recorded it because I like to watch the memoriam, and then they do the mean tweets. Have you ever seen mean tweets?
Yeah, that's a good bit.
That's a good added-on thing.
Yeah,
that's one of the few things I can actually watch.
Right now, they're doing the best screenplay.
The best screenplay. They're way behind.
They got a lot of shit. So,
a lot of times I don't see half the movies that are up for like.
I've never heard of any of these movies.
Yeah, some of them I haven't even heard of.
I haven't seen one of these movies today that they have on, but I haven't been to the movies much this year at all.
Bobby and I went to go see Tusk.
That was good.
I got lucky because my girlfriend does background work, and she's SAG, so she got all these free screeners.
Oh, so you get the screeners. Those are the best.
Yeah, there you go.
Get to see all
you're
the
watching all.
So we just.
It's got to be tough to sit through some of these guys.
I usually fall asleep. I fall asleep during half of them.
So what did you like out of the ones that you've seen? Which one do you think was a good movie or that should get the Academy? Let's see how you rate if you catch.
La La Land will probably win it. And I enjoy La La Land.
Right.
You do.
Because I live in L.A.
I have a tough time watching musicals though. I really do.
But it wasn't like a musical like. It's not one of those musicals. I know what you're talking about. When you saw sudden a guy's walking down the street and I'm like, "Hey, you're walking down the street."
Yeah, exactly. That's the stuff that drives me up a wall. I'm like, I can't watch this.
Yeah, Kiefer loves musicals. He has a gay old time every time he goes to one of those things. Manchester is very depressing. That means it'll win probably.
That probably means it'll win too.
Yeah, well, Moonlight was okay. I don't know what all the rave is. I mean, it's not. I think La La Land's going to win.
Is
I heard
Deadpool even
Lion's
up?
really good.
Should be. Love Deadpool. So La La Land is your
Deadpool
pick.
Was great.
I love that.
Deadpool
is a great fucking movie.
That was a funny movie.
I've seen it 4 times already.
Yeah, it's a funny movie.
Yes, that was a really good movie.
That was the perfect casting too. Was Ryan Reynolds.
And what's the chick? The chick is hot as hell.
I have no idea.
Yeah, it was
I
really
know the
good.
guy, of course.
I know,
I don't know the girl.
No, Jimmy's got a little bit of a gay gene going on over there. Yeah, he's got a fucking he's got a little weird thing where he knows men, women.
You got a couple of people. You got Mike Starr. Who was the other guy you had from The Office? The guy who played the sound guy towards the last few episodes. What's his name?
Wait,
Dinopoulos or something like that.
I don't know.
Wait, which show?
The Office.
The Office, the original one, or the
no?
I had Kate Flannery from The Office. She was on.
Oh, you did have her.
Oh, nice.
Oh, then I didn't go back far enough.
You didn't go back. Jimmy's still scrolling through your things. He's still scrolling.
Oh, I love. She was awesome in that. She was awesome in that show.
Yes.
No, she's a Philly girl.
Who is she? She was
this guy. I know this guy whose wife is a character actor, and her best friends are Kate Flannery, Nia Bartalos, and Susie Nakamura, who's on Dr. Ken. So they all did my show.
Kate
so
Beckinsale.
That's how it works.
No, what's her name?
You got a lot of friends. That's the problem, Bob. You have no friends.
I have no friends. Yeah,
He's friendless.
My friends, I can
friendless
get
in New York.
My friends can get you like a bottle of wine cheaper or something.
You want an illegal movie or something?
If you want a fucking hot box, I can get you that, or maybe some one of those fire sticks that is broken, jailbroke.
Jailbroke fire.
Yeah, or you need your phone fixed. I can get those guys. That's who I have friends. That's right.
I'll take it.
Yeah, I'll take it.
I'll take all that stuff.
That's right. It's all very, very practical shit. That's right. So if you're just joining us, we're speaking to Steve Cooper. He's from CooperTalk.net. He's been podcast. He's been doing this for a while. He's been in the industry. He's got a lot of great guests. Go back and look at some of his guests. Listen to some of his podcasts and follow. What day do you go live, or do you do live? Do you record
live?
You don't do live.
I pre-record everything.
Yeah. You pre-record everything.
I sit there. I send them out. I'm on like 14 different internet stations, so I send them out, and then I put my episodes up when I get to it. You know, I sit there. I usually it's pretty close. Like I only have one that I got to put up the Slim Jim Phantom one. Even though the beginning's screwed up, I'm going to put a disclaimer on that, just so people know if they can get through it. But if you don't like what you're hearing, forward up to 20 minutes, because then it works out. So I'm not with my recorder. But yeah, and then I put them up. There's always. It depends. Like I said, sometimes I do 2 interviews a week, sometimes I do 3. And then I got people on the docket. I got the drummer from Tesla. Troy was supposed to do my show.
No, they're going on tour now. I think are they on tour? They're going on tour?
Ooh, Tesla?
They're on tour, yeah. They're
going on tour with Poison.
They're on tour.
Poison and somebody else.
Yeah, well, and then they were on their own tour before that.
Yeah.
And I just talked to him on the phone last week, and he's like, yeah, I want to do it because he's friends with my buddy who plays with Jason Aldean, Rich Redmond, who I do also his PR for. But Rich got me Carmine Apiece.
Oh,
Rich
my
got
God.
me Billy Joel's old drummer, Liberty DeVito.
Yeah.
Jimmy loves this shit.
I get these guys. The music things are great.
Yeah, because they have great stories.
I got Gilby Clark because my friend Troy is Gilby's drummer.
Oh, nice.
And Troy played for White Lion. It's funny, and so it's the thing. They all work. These guys like to talk. I get a lot of drummers. No one ever. I had Kenny Aronoff, who's a legendary drummer, told me how he wrote the drum break in Jack and Diane.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's like in the business. He's like the most respected drummer. He's played for everybody. This guy's 61. He could kick all our asses at one time.
Oh, yeah?
He's just this intense guy. I mean, he leaves a message on my phone. Hey, Cooper, and then I call him back, and he's telling me all these stories. And I'm like, dude, save this for the show.
Yeah, because then you want it live. That's why I didn't want to talk to you. I didn't want to find out anything, so we had some.
You didn't want to talk. That's why I didn't want to talk to you.
That's why I don't want to. I would avoid you play. No, I don't like to talk to anybody beforehand because then when you talk,
is that your story? You're sticking with it?
No, I do that with everybody. Both guests that I've spoken to. No, anytime I'm going to talk, I'll keep it very minimal ahead of time because I want to keep it alive because we do live too. So it's kind of like if you have nothing to say, it's fucking brutal. You can't go. All right, let's restart this. Yeah. So it gets fucked up if you don't have.
I just like to talk because I'm used to fucking asking all the questions. So when I get to be a guest, I love it.
Yeah, this is a nice change for you, right? You get to be the guy getting interviewed a little bit. This is cool.
Yeah, I can just talk. I can tell stories. Because I have from my guests, I've had some great stories. That's the thing, man. And I'll tell you one thing. You hear like across the board, especially living in LA. People are like, "Oh, this person's an asshole. This person's an asshole." I'll be honest, not one of my guests has been an asshole. Well, one guest when I started out, but he's some fucking unknown comic, so he doesn't count. But every actor has been so nice and so appreciative. And they're just, I had Ione Skye from Say Anything on. Couldn't have been sweeter, man. Lisa Loeb was on a few weeks ago.
I love
Lisa
Lisa
couldn't
Loeb.
have been sweeter. She was wonderful. And she's one of those people I just sent a tweet to or I sent something.
She was my first four-eyed crush. Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Lisa Loeb, yeah.
Who's your second? That was it.
Yeah, that's all I ever had.
That was it?
I said that was my first four-eyed crush, and Jimmy said, "Who's my second?" I can't think of one, but no, I really like her.
But no, so they're all nice. That's the thing I like about it. Everyone's fucking nice. And I have no complaints about anybody, and that's the wonderful thing.
So sad about Bill Paxton. Yeah. So if you're just joining us, this is CooperTalk.net is his station. He does a podcast. He's got a lot of great guests. I mean, really, you're going to go on and think, oh, shit, he talked to him. And he's good. And he's really good at what he's doing. He's a comedian. Yes, he's very good at what he's doing. I'm going to give you my professional voice.
What's that? You give me a confession? I'm gonna tell you who was a sad Hollywood death for me too, and I missed the number one, but it's on it. Do you know who John Polito is?
John Polito.
No, who's John Polito?
He was the Schmata in The Big Lebowski. He's been in every Coen Brothers movie. He's a short, heavy Italian guy, bald. He was in Miller's Crossing. You look him up. You'll know who he is.
I'll know as soon as
He
I
was
see
on
him.
my
Yeah.
show.
What was he in Big Lebowski?
He was the Schmata.
The Schmata.
The Schmata.
And he always plays a tough guy. And I met him years ago at this. My friends had a theater, and I was one of the first celebrities I met in Hollywood. And he always plays a tough guy, and he's so gay. He's outside going, "Hello, my lesbians. Who has a cigarette?" And so
I love that when you meet somebody in person and they're completely the opposite of the personality.
I get an email from him because the guy who was the janitor in the Breakfast Club, John Kapelos, was on my show.
Oh,
and
yeah.
They're like best friends. So I get an email from Polito, and he goes, "I want to be on your show." And he comes in, and we're talking. And I had a heart problem, 2 years before. They smelled like cigarettes, and I'm like, "Dude," I go, "You had a heart problem, and you're still smoking?" He's like, "Cooper, I was a gay man in New York City in the 70s and 80s. I can outlive anything." But when he died this year, that sort of bummed me out because it was like, we all go on Facebook and we say our RIPs, but I actually got to know when I sit in especially when they came in the studio, when you sit there for a hour,
And you talk to him, right?
you get to know him.
Right, and then he's just dead, and it's just somebody who you actually got a bond with and you liked. It's not just somebody you just talked to. It's just like, no, it's cool, but it's just like, especially when you get to know them and you feel like you saw a part of him that nobody else saw because you actually you saw behind the curtain, kind of, yeah.
And then you're like, the guy died. I'm like, oh man. But like with the Paxton, I would have loved to interview Paxton, and I know Jim Beaver, who's a great actor, posts on Facebook today how they worked on Big Love. And the thing about Paxton is everyone who has posted about him just said
loved him.
He was like the coolest cat, and just didn't have an attitude, and just was nice. And
yeah, it's hard for these.
The respect for him from actors, like what a great actor he was, and you forget how much shit he is in until you look at it and you go, wow. And you see some of these movies, like Simple, a bunch of different ones. You're like, holy shit.
Yeah, he did a lot of like supporting roles, and he was always he was always great in all those supporting roles. He was always like, he always stood out. Like he was in Terminator. You remember him, Terminator?
The Terminator.
He was one of the guy who was one of the punk rockers whose clothes he stole.
Right.
I was like, I forgot about that, and then I saw that years later. I was like, oh shit, that's Bill Paxton too. Yeah, Plain Simple. That's right. He was in a ton of movies. Yes, he was. He was in a ton of movies. Here, I'm gonna do you my. Tell me what you think of my Cooper. Tell me what you think of my professional radio voice. Ready? Hold on a second. Where is it? Hold on. I need my music though first. Hold on a second. Here it is. In a world where Bill Paxton no longer blesses the silver screens, we have to bid a weird and yet sad goodbye. Bill Paxton, rest in peace. On the next CooperTalk.net. What do you think of that?
Pretty good.
Pretty good.
I've been working on that.
You should have done a cheesy, like...
Yeah, it's very cheesy.
Bill Paxton, a man, a myth, a legend. He passed away today.
Yeah, I gotta make it more sad. All right, let's do a second. Hold on.
R.I.P.
I'm gonna do a second take. Hold on, a second take.
Go ahead.
All right. I come with a very heavy heart to break the news of the passing of one of Hollywood's greats. I'm talking, of course, of Bill Paxton, who met his early death far too soon today at the ripe young age of only 64. I just made the number up because I didn't know how fucking old he really was. Yes.
61.
61. There
yeah.
you go. Who the fuck is this? Bill Paxton? You don't know who it is? What are you kidding me? That was better. I got a bravo from somebody. He was 61. They're all attacking me now. Iverson likes it.
That's good.
Iverson liked it.
Man.
And Cold.
You got the voice.
Yes. Well, I'm fucking around. I like doing that though. That's my music. I like to.
Steve interviewed Larry Hankin, who was also another one of my favorites because he was in Escape from Alcatraz. Do you remember him?
Oh yeah. Yes. Oh, I like that guy. That dude's great. He's always looks like a doctor or something like that. He was the Birdman.
Hankins.
Yeah, he was the Birdman. Yeah, he's great, man.
He was in Seinfeld too, right?
Seinfeld. Yes.
Yeah, he was in Seinfeld.
Yeah, he played Kramer.
Yeah, he played the Kramer for their show.
Yeah.
Are you guys Seinfeld fans?
Oh,
yeah, I love
fuck
Seinfeld.
Yeah. Seinfeld's great, man.
I have one episode. I have 3 writers from season 5.
Oh, right.
All at the same time.
Oh, I see.
And then I have Peter Melman. Peter Melman, who ran the show after Larry David, he was also he was on. I've had a bunch of Seinfeld writers on.
Yeah, I see that.
Everybody was Raymond writers.
That's awesome.
That's pretty cool.
Those guys are like, I mean, I would love to know how they come up with some of their shit when they're writing that stuff. It's unbelievable.
It's good. It always links together, which is awesome. That's some great writing on that show.
It's all Larry
what's
David,
up, man?
They said how much of a genius Larry David is.
And he was behind the scenes up until, like he was always Seinfeld. Nobody even really knew much about Larry David.
I loved when he was in the Cape, though.
Good shit. Yes. Really
that
good
was
shit.
Great stuff.
So yes,
that was a great.
Yeah, Larry's brilliant, man. Brilliant guy, and they said he pretty much did all the writing.
He did. I
had Bill Master, Steve Skorban, and John Heyman all in one episode.
Yeah, I saw that. That was at season 4, right?
It was good.
Now where do you?
They look.
Sorry, where do you finish what you're saying? I'm sorry.
No, they were on season 5.
Okay.
Now, where do you generally do you have like a portable studio that you just take your shit over to wherever and do it, or do you have a place where you actually do your podcast from?
Dude, I do it. Okay, I live in a 2-level apartment, so the bedrooms are upstairs and my desk and all is downstairs. I have my computer on my desk. When I have to record, I close all my windows. If my girlfriend's home, I say, go upstairs and watch TV or do whatever work you're doing.
I'm working here.
Because
I'm working here.
She comes up and she closes the door, and then I pull out a Zoom, the H4n Zoom, whatever the fuck the mic is, whatever it's called. It's called a Zoom. I put it on a tripod. I set the recording level. I go to my computer. I go on Skype, and if they're doing Skype, I do it just audio. If they're doing a phone, I call them through my phone. I call them just like I'm talking to you guys.
Right.
They start talking. They push record, and it records an MP3. I don't edit in an hour. I push the button. It's done. I have no sound system. I don't record through the computer. I basically remember when you were a kid and you would record songs off the radio.
Yeah, off the radio with the microphone. Yeah.
That's how I do it. That's
good.
how I record my show. And as you hear, the quality is good.
Freaking show.
It sounds really good.
Freaking show
it's
off.
Good. It's freaking good. Yeah, we're over here. If you see all the, I'm going to link this to you on
Somebody
Twitter.
take a picture of me
so you can watch all the nonsense. He's got 3 screens around him. He's got a board. He's got all this thing. He's got.
Well, Bobby's very demanding.
We got a parrot too. We got an actual parrot.
That's a fake parrot.
I have that's it. It's a recorder on a tripod. The recorder is probably about the size of in between the size of a cell phone and a tablet. So it's not big at all.
Right.
And I just push record, and that's it. And I just do it that way, and then it records in the MP3 format, put it on my flash drive, send it to all the stations that play me, and then I upload it to my thing. It's so easy, because I was worried when it first happened. Like, when my studio closed, I was like, where am I going to record? And I said, screw it, I'm going to do it this way. And so now I can record. I can call people anywhere. I call a lot of musicians from Philly that I like G Love,
cool,
and the guys from the Hooters, and different stuff like that. And I can call actors in New York.
That's
awesome.
awesome.
The guy from Flock of Seagulls lives in Florida. So yeah, I can call them anywhere. So it works out.
Now let me ask you a question. Have you ever done anything on Periscope? Have you messed around with this format at all?
Like live streaming?
No, I do Facebook Live every once in a while. I might, when I'm doing an interview, so they just see me. I get some viewers. My buddy, the guy who plays for Jason Aldean, me and him have gone live in my kitchen. And we get a lot of viewers because he's got a big following too. And and I'll sometimes on a Saturday night, because I got no life. Now I'll sit there and I'll get a 40 and 2 airplane bottles of whiskey, and I'll sit there and I'll because it's like a $3 night. And I'll sit there and I'll just go on and start talking, and then people listen to my show, or friends back east, or other comics. They come in and they start talking, because Facebook Live. I just rant and babble on, and that's a bit. And I've had some big names jump in when I'm on Facebook Live. It surprises me. I'm like, oh shit, that's cool. This guy. But yeah, I don't do the Periscope. I think I have an account because I kept getting suspended from Facebook Live because I would play videos and they said I didn't have the copyright to the music.
Oh, yeah, forget
Jesus Christ, this guy was on my fucking show.
Right.
I don't think he cares if I play his music. Why don't you call him and ask him if I can play his music, and he'll say okay.
Bobby showed the opening credits to The Walking Dead one time, and he got banned for like 5 hours.
Yeah, they banned me for like 5 hours.
It was ridiculous.
The Walking Dead credits. So we want to take a break? Did Jimmy piss break and all that stuff?
Yeah, whatever you want to do.
All right. So Cooper, we're gonna wrap up this segment if that's okay with you.
Yeah, great. But it's good talking to you guys.
All right, my man. I appreciate it. We'll have you on again, definitely. We'll definitely have you on again. Yeah. I like this. This is good stuff.
Send me a message, and I'll give you guys some info. You got my thing on. And they can find me on Facebook, Steve Cooper.
There you go.
Twitter at CooperTalk. Also, if you guys, I wrote a cookbook called Stop the Salt. It's when I got out of the hospital. I wrote it's 120 low sodium recipes. No pictures to intimidate you. No long list of ingredients. You can get it at Amazon.com, but if you go to StopTheSalt.com, I make more money. I sold a whopping 90 copies, and I'll sign it for you. So they can do that. But tell them to follow me on Twitter at CooperTalk.
Follow me
on the show.
Just so you know, Steve, all your stuff is up on our screen right now. So if anybody wants to follow, please follow Steve, and both his website and his Twitter address is on the screen right now.
Okay, and
cool, guys. Well, thanks.
Thank you, man. Thanks for the call. No, you're good. You're good people, man. It's a good interview. Yeah, and we definitely will be picking your brain about how to get better guests and stuff like that. And we'll have you on again, of course. And I'm going to send you a link to this.
When are you moving back east?
May 1st.
May 1st.
Well, yeah. Let's we try to get together.
Yeah, we'll hang out. We'll go meet face to face like they used to in the back in the days before technology.
All right, man.
All right, my man. Thanks for the call, Cooper. Be good. Hey, listen, ladies and gentlemen, follow my man Cooper. All right, here CooperTalk.net. Go check out his site. He's got every links. You have links to everything on that site, correct?
No. I think my Twitter's in there. No, just follow me on Twitter. All I have is Twitter.
All right, follow him on Twitter. What's your Twitter name again?
It's
CooperTalk.
At CooperTalk.
CooperTalk and CooperTalk.net.
CooperTalk.net. There you go.
Yeah.
All right, Cooper. Thank you very much, man.
I'm gonna play some Oscars closeout music.
Hold on, we gotta give you your Oscar music
because it's Oscars night.
It is Oscars night, and you're our Hollywood connection.
Thanks,
Here we go.
Have a good
Thank you, bro.
Man.
Be good, man.
Take it easy.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was Steve Cooper of CooperTalk.net. Just stopping by to say hello and tell us a few good stories.
He's a cool dude.
He is. I like him. Good stuff. All right, we're gonna take a momentary break. We'll be back after these messages from our sponsor with the second leg of our tour. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you're just joining us, invite your friends. Go get a cola. Go get a cola. We'll be back shortly.
Thanks, Kerry Kelly.
We'll be back very shortly. All right. Are we off now, Jimmy?
No.
We're not off. We're still going. Who knew?